Princess Diana married into the royal family by marrying Prince Charles. They had two kids, Prince William and Prince Harry. Now, as many of you may know, her marriage to Charles didn't exactly go too well. Rumours of a few affairs going on, and obviously the marriage ended up in divorce, which I'm going to insert here. Bang. They officially got divorced in 1996, but they separated in 1992, soon after the breakdown of the relationship. All the information became public, and the divorce was finalised. So the official story, the driver was going too fast, trying to escape the paparazzi, was intoxicated. Intoxicated means he was drunk, for anyone with an IQ below 10. He was also mixing his alcohol with prescription pills for depression, apparently, which again, for you low IQ people out there, that's a very bad thing to do. So that's the official story. He was going too fast, he was drunk, mixing it with pills, lost control of the car and crashed it. But to which a lot of people believe, that just isn't the truth, and I'll get on to why right now. Point number one is CCTV/traffic cameras, which, if you've watched my Jeffrey Epstein or 9/11 video, you'll see there's a pattern occurring where a major incident/event happens and the CCTV cameras don't seem to be working. Which, once again, in this incident right here, the cameras that were operating in the tunnel, the traffic ones, and CCTV weren't working in and around the tunnel, meaning there's no footage of the car going in and there's no footage of the car crash. There is literally a camera that would have picked up the exact moment the car would have crashed, but it wasn't working again. A big incident surrounding the royal family and the British government happened, and once again there's no evidence, no CCTV footage, nothing. Why? If you're as rich as the Queen is, and as powerful as the Queen is, and the British government, you can just make things happen. You have the money and the power just to get something over. If you need something to happen, you can make it happen. Just like this. If they really did kill her, they obviously don't want any CCTV, and they have the money to make sure there isn't any. It's funny how all these big conspiracy theories, all of them seem to have the CCTV cameras go missing, turned off, or collected. It's just too much of a coincidence to believe. And this is just point one. Trust me, there's a few more to get to, and we'll get to them right now. Piece of evidence / point number two. The police radios / walkie-talkies, whichever way you want to look at them. They were not working. They just weren't working. And how do we know that? Well, a French person, I know, right, we'll ignore that, was sitting on a bench, and for some reason he had a strange hobby of listening into the police radio / walkie-talkies. I don't know why. I suppose if he's got nothing better to do, just listening into what's going on. And he reported that around the time of the incident, the police frequencies and radios went dead and silent for about 30 minutes, which means, technically, nothing could be reported on the radios for that time, which again, to have the radios and the frequency shut down, you're going to have that massive amount of money and power. So, once again, not just the cameras are down, but the police radios and walkie-talkies mean anyone trying to call the police, and the police trying to go, can we have some, help, can we have some attention, can we have some police power over the bridge, wouldn't able to be communicated. So once again, if you are going to have someone killed, no CCTV, massive positive. No police interference, massive positive. What do you need to better get these two things shut down / taken away? A lot of power and money. What does the Queen and British government have? A lot of power and a shit ton of fucking money. So once again, it's just too much of a coincidence that at the time of a crash, the time of an accident, the time of her death, the radios and frequencies for the police were down. It's just too much of a coincidence to not think. Now let's talk about the ambulances. And yes, this is an ambulance from England. I couldn't find a good ambulance from France. Just let's move on. The ambulances on this day were absolutely shocking, and it was appalling, really, how the ambulances reacted. As you'll see, you'll see right now actually, with a few statements from a witness. A witness to Princess Diana's I'm not even redoing it. A witness to Princess Diana's death crash, weird way of wording it, says the chances of survival were greatly reduced by emergency service delays, which again, a witness here that says the ambulances were very, very slow. A 70-year-old man finally shed light on the incident. And he basically, as you can read here, says that she could have lived if the French emergency services had acted faster. Apparently, according to some report, it took between 15 and 20 minutes for the ambulance to arrive on scene, when it should have only taken about 3 or 4, let's be honest. But why did the ambulance take so long? Well, if we go back to the previous point, the radios were down for the police especially, who arrived on scene first, so obviously radioing for an ambulance, getting one down there, would have been very, very delayed, which meant the ambulance didn't arrive there till about 20 minutes after the incident. I can see it, if that's the princess, why did it take 20 minutes or so to get to her, and when she was finally released from the car, why did she pass one hospital to go to another, which is another good point. So obviously, as you can see here, the witness saying the ambulance took so long to get down here, and not just that, but when she finally got into the ambulance, it passed one hospital and went to another, and some say because she survived the car crash, and obviously the royal family of the Queen allegedly, I better say allegedly or they'll fucking come for me, allegedly wanted her dead. If she survived it and they go to hospital, they're going to keep her alive and she's going to survive. But they drive past one hospital to another, you know, and then they can easily just go, oh look, we didn't get there in time, it's a shame, whether they just let her die or killed her in the back of an ambulance, which I'm not going to say they killed her in the back of an ambulance or they did or didn't, as nobody actually knows that for sure, but it definitely took too long for the ambulance to get to the hospital. That bit everyone does know and is sure about. And also way too long for the ambulance to actually get to her in the first place. So you've got the ambulance not getting there in time. You've got the ambulance not actually going to the hospital, going to a different one instead, taking longer there. All of this with the cameras, the radios, the ambulances, it all just keeps adding up to, unfortunately, Princess Diana looks like she was killed. It seems to be that the Queen and royal family allegedly, I keep having to say allegedly these days, allegedly didn't like her new boyfriend. Obviously, after getting divorced, she was still in the public eye, obviously, quite a lot because of her sons, and she was still quite, you know, in-tied and roped in with the royal family, and they didn't like her new boyfriend. Why didn't they like her new boyfriend? Once again, looks bad. It looks to be because, as you can see here, he was the son of an Egyptian businessman, and a lot of people kind of have come to the conclusion that the royal family don't really like foreigners. They didn't really want the royal family to be involved. They didn't want somebody to be marrying into them, because if they got married, technically he'd be kind of in the royal family, as she still kind of was, and the Queen and royal family didn't want a foreigner coming into it. That is what a lot of people seem to think. How was she killed? Well, the car crash. But how was the car crash caused? No one actually knows, because of the cameras weren't taken away. They weren't working. But what most people believe is something like you're seeing in the diagram here. A lot of people believe the driver was assassinated or killed himself, which obviously then caused the car to crash into the bridge. A lot of people think the car was rammed into the side of the tunnel by another car. As we say, nobody can know for certain, as the cameras weren't working. But the most, prominent and most out there theory is that the driver was killed by a gunman. But, as we said, with no cameras, there's no actual proof yet. Some evidence does kind of show something like this could have happened, but obviously without any, concrete proof, it's going to go down as just an accident. Once again, for me, after all the evidence, the cameras, the radios, the ambulance not getting there quickly, the ambulance taking too long to go there, all of this added up once again, for me, says this conspiracy theory is true, and I do believe that she was killed, and it was not just an unfortunate car crash, which we've all been led to believe. But obviously, that's my opinion on it after looking at the evidence. Maybe you look at the evidence and think, yeah, sure, it looks a bit suspicious, but I still think it may have been a car crash. And if you do, fair enough. I know a lot of people do believe this one, but a lot of people don't. So please do, in the comments, tell me what you think. I'll be really glad to know. Also, let me know if there's any conspiracy theories. Oh, fuck that up. I'm not redoing it. Let me know if there's any conspiracy theories you'd like me to cover. You never know, there might be one that I don't know about that I'd love to research. And if you have watched this much of the video, like, comment and subscribe. Thanks for watching. I'll see you next time.